Hello and welcome to Tarot with Tanya. This is 7 cards for 7 days, and we are looking at the week of Monday, January 6th through Sunday, the 12th in 2025. Oh my goodness, sounds weird to say. Thank you very much for being here. Welcome back if you've been here before, and welcome for the first time if you are new. I will talk just a little bit about the astrology. This week is not quite so intense as some we've had in the recent past. And then I'll talk about the cards, and I'm using a new deck today, the Tarot of the Divine. And then we'll end with a Tree Keeper's Oracle card. Please like, share, subscribe if you're so inclined. It's free. And also I want to mention, take what resonates for you, leave the rest behind. It's a reading for the collective, so we're working on developing our own intuition, in a sense, or even our own BS detectors. So see what's there for you, and like I said, leave the rest behind. All right, so we begin our week with the moon in Aries. So we're all fired up. That's the beginning of the wheel, the infant of the zodiac, but also the warrior, the one that likes to get things done, likes to be first, likes to lead, pioneer, that kind of energy. And we ended our, we're straddling the Sunday to Monday thing because that was our ending moon last week. And then we'll move to the moon in Cancer by Sunday. So we go through the fire, then we go to the earthy Taurus, good for getting practical things done. And then into Gemini, good for information gathering, communicating, thinking, being curious, researching, things like that. And then into the homebody Cancer sign. And Cancer likes to nurture, is ruled by the moon, likes to take care of others, be self-protective. Think of the Cancer, the crab that rules the Cancer sign. All right, so that's our moon trajectory for the week, and we're heading toward a full moon. We just recently had that second new moon in December, which is really unusual. And then next week we'll be heading into a full moon. So on the Monday, the 6th, we've got Mars retrograding. It had moved into Leo, now it's moving back into Cancer. I just talked about Cancer. So Mars in Cancer is not, well, let's put it this way, it's not Mars' happy place. It will intensify the desire perhaps to nurture others, but we got to watch being a little bit perhaps too warrior-like with that, too intense. But it can be very good energy there too, and protective and so forth. So if there are a lot of concerns about domesticity and a lot of energy there, that would be why. And we also have Mercury squaring Neptune. So Mercury, is the messenger of the gods in Greek mythology. It is, again, about the curiosity, the information flowing. I think we're out of its shadow period now, so those sorts of issues, travel, short distances, should be cleared up. So when that Mercury squares Neptune, it can be confusing because Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo, very clear information, at least hopefully, and Neptune's very different. It's about that collective unconscious, about Mercuryness, about us all coming back together and knowing we are one. So differentiating things could be difficult. So when you got a square, that's a tight aspect that can give tension. So not a great day for signing documents or anything like that, and double check your information. Skip to Wednesday, the 8th, and now we have Mercury moving into Capricorn. And I happen to be very close to a person who has Mercury in Capricorn, very precise, really likes to get information clear, wants to make sure people understand things, attentive to detail. can be kind of a slow process, but it is meticulous. So, you know, Mercury, again, I've just talked about, and then Capricorn, that earthy sign. You know, it's in the house of our profession. It is the house of the teacher. So somebody could be a good teacher with this Mercury in Capricorn, really vested in communicating accurately and clearly. And that will go, Mercury will be in Capricorn until the 27th. It always is close to the Sun. So then the Sun will already be in Aquarius, and it will move into Aquarius. And finally, on Sunday, we have Mars trining Neptune now. So we had the square with Mercury and Neptune, and now it'll be a trine. So that's where, you know, again, Mercury's going to bring, or excuse me, Neptune is going to bring that dissolving kind of quality, that blending into everything, being very mystical, spiritual, potentially artistic, creative. So this could put some really good energy, because trines, you know, it's a much easier, more flowing, gentle energy. So this could put some action to our creativity, which would be really nice. Maybe give a little leadership in that way, give some direction to what we want to do with our creative spiritual practices. All right, so that's our astrology. And as I mentioned, I have to keep looking because this is a new deck to me, the Tarot of the Divine. And on Monday, we get the Lovers. So that can be very cooperative relationships with people. It can be the hieroskamos, which is that sacred marriage within the self of the masculine and feminine. It doesn't matter genders, I'm not talking that, just those energies of masculine and feminine. And, you know, being very happy. Sixes tend to be quite happy numbers. You know, on the dark side, there could be somebody, you know, trying to pull something over on you or something like that. But generally, it's good negotiations if it's in a more, you know, general business kind of sense, or, you know, very close, you know, relationship with someone also, the other side, the Lovers. All right, then on Tuesday, which would be the 7th, we have a different energy, and this is the Hangman, or the Hanged One. And, you know, this, obviously the person's head is upside down, the feet are toward the heavens, and the head is toward the earth. And I've heard, I read a description of this as being reorienting the self so that one's grounded spiritually and less materially. It's suspension, it's waiting, it's potentially not knowing, it's seeing things from a different perspective. That's one of my favorite ways of doing it. It's like, you know, doing a headstand or a handstand where you flipped the head down, the feet up, the blood flows differently, and, you know, changes the consciousness, you know, if we tune into that. And that's a number 3. It's a 12, so a 2 and a 1. And, you know, 3s are going to be connected also to the Empress. So there's a bounty there, a generosity to that as well. And maybe figuring out what to do with those energies, that generosity. We stay with the majors one more time this week, and that is on Wednesday with the Chariot. So it's like we have this communion, this perhaps romantic encounter, perhaps good negotiations on Monday. Tuesday, we're pondering that, the repercussions, what we want to do. Wednesday looks like gearing up for some action with the Chariot. For me, you know, often there is that quality of just about to make the movement to the 7. Now, other people see it as potentially rushing forward. We are followed by another 7. So, you know, I think there is movement in this one because of this next 7. And it could be gearing up to stand up for what is important to you this year. That doesn't mean you have to go out and write a manifesto or, you know, go and be in every protest or anything like that, but just what is it that you want to support? What is it that you want to feed? What might you want to defend this year? And by the time we get to Thursday, as I mentioned, we have that second 7 and 7 of Wands. That's why I'm thinking, okay, this could happen pretty quickly. And here you have that 7th wand in his hand like a sledgehammer. So it's been turned into a tool. And it is aimed right at this, I'm not sure what we're supposed to see he's aiming at there, but it seems like maybe the other 6 in general, going to pound those down, do the work. And this card has the general association of standing up for what you believe in, and that's why I'm really seeing that Chariot as being about that momentum to defend. And when I say that, it doesn't have to be in a defensive way. We can defend by making our choices, by saying kind words. It doesn't have to be aggressive at all. All right, and then we get to Friday. We're staying with the Wands energy here, and this time we have the 9. So in this picture, you have, it looks like, oh, I know this story, I can't think of it. These are all based on myths, and this one is about a young girl who's sent to this witch's house. You can see the house, turns into a sort of rooster. There's a tail at the back, and she has her little doll. It might just be called the doll. It's in that wonderful book, Women Who Run with the Wolves. And so you've got the skeletons flaming on these wands, and it's meant to frighten in a sense. But the 9 of Wands can be about claiming your own power and knowing when to use it, not just wasting it here and there, or just being unaware basically, but consciously deciding how you will use your energy. And in this story, her mother has sent her, and this was the little doll was a gift. Vasilisa was her name, and the doll would ride in her pocket, and it would be like a mother in a sense, a protector. So that's what gets her through in this tale. So it's like listening to that intuition. It's a very inward card. It's going to be connected to the Hermit or the Crone, the number 9. So respecting your own boundaries, respecting your own energies, and basically expecting others to respect them as well. All right, then on our Saturday we have a lovely, lovely card. This is another 3. I mentioned the Hangman was a 3, so we're connecting into that Empress energy also. And here you have, and it's almost always 3 women dancing, celebrating. Here they're stepping on lotus leaves. It's just a beautiful card. It can be getting together with friends. 3 women getting together. The 3 women is 3 muses, 3 graces, 3 Norns, magic of 3, sort of energy to this. So very good, flowing, enjoyable energy day. And then finally on our Sunday, we switch over to the 4 of Cups. And you can see just how different these two are together, celebrating. Here it always goes to a single person, or almost every card I've seen on that, every deck I've seen the 4 of Cups tends to be like that. And often you'll see cups just like this, in terms of there'll be 3 in front of the person and there'll be another one behind the person or just out of reach. So it's almost like looking back on the day before, oh, wasn't that fun, what a good day, and then not realizing sort of the blessing of it all in that 4th cup, or the step forward, and it's sort of taking a moment. 4 is connected to the Emperor, so it's very structured, it's very earthy, pragmatic, getting things kind of lined up again. And it can stagnate a little bit. It can feel just stuck a moment, but it's water, it flows, so it will move again soon. All right. So overall, we have the 3 majors this week. So there's some, again, flow and harmony, connection to the Empress, to a feminine energy. And then we have a couple of wands, but in general, I would say it's a pretty feminine energy this week, with the cups and the lovers and so forth. So now let's look at our tree oracle card, and we got the Keeper of Wonder, and it just so fits. And I thought, well, you know, Spirit guided me to use this mythological deck, and then this card comes up. The tree keepers viewed enchantment as a necessary element. They pursued it like sunlight, like rain. Now is the time to make a list of all that enchants you. Pursue wonder like a necessity. Document it. Put practical concerns to one side and allow yourself to marvel. Hang with the hummingbirds. Talk with the bees. Well, a little tough to do that in this northern hemisphere right now, but you get the idea. The wide world is a never-ending story full of surprises and splendors. Observe the many tiny miracles around you. You cannot live robustly by logic alone. Take time to open your heart wide to receive blessings, both tiny and great. Then list them, noting all the ways you are surprised or astonished. As a famous storyteller once said, those who don't believe in magic will never find it. And so, beloveds, I hope those words resonate with you. I love this book and this deck, and I do believe we get more of what we focus on. So noting our miracles and our little splendors could be a very good thing to do. So I'm wishing you the best possible 7 days. If you are interested in a reading and what that entails, please reach out. I think you would find it very helpful. And I'll see you again in 7 days.